everybody, welcome back. So today we're going to talk about everything Clubhouse. My friend Amber, she started a room, and her room today was basically about taxes, whether you should do it yourself or just, tips on taxes. I just want to start a little bit about myself. Currently for a year, I have ran a business in LA. It's called Black House NoHo, and I have worked my behinds off, and I've been given, some, let's just say I'm in a new tax bracket. I'm in a new tax bracket, and I want to learn about, what do I need to do? What do I need to do to keep my money? What do I need to do to invest to make more money, right? And me personally, I'm a first generation American. I am Jamaican. And it's like, we have to find this info out for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And it's nothing to say with our family. They've done our best to put us in this position that we are in right now. My mom worked her butt off to put me to school, but she doesn't know anything about stocks. She hasn't told me anything about IRA, Roth IRA, whatever. So that's where Amber came in. And Amber and all of her friends, everyone who was on that room, I want to say thank you. I do have some videos, so you will see their names. They all are look at me, about to look at my notes. CPAs, enrolled agents, or EAs. And that's why I like Clubhouse so much, because for free, they gave me knowledge for free, and so we'll talk more about the app specifically later, but we're just going to talk about the things that I took away from what I need to do for my taxes. So me personally, like I said, I am going to be in a new tax bracket, right? I also have multiple W-2s because I do freelance, right? So it's like you freelance, you're getting these W-2s. I do have 2 LLCs. There are write-offs, a lot of write-offs and things that we just don't know about. And then I was going to H&R Block. H&R Block is not going to tell you what you need to do to make money and to keep your money. They're not going to tell you that. H&R Block was probably charging me about $350 to $400 every year. Every year they were just charging. But I'm just going to kind of run down through some of my notes. It's going to be a really fast video, but basically it's the first thing they said to me is, do I have a 401k? What's my retirement plan? If I'm making 6 figures, why would I not have a retirement plan? That's true. I do not have a retirement plan. My job is very small, so they cannot offer me a 401k. We are going to talk about different kinds. Maybe she said she might be able to set up an IRA account or something like that for me, but for now I do not have one. But that's something that I do need to look into, right? Life insurance, bam, that was something we spoke about. Luckily enough, my mom did take out a life insurance policy for me. So I do have 2 life insurance plans. Don't worry about how much they are for. Don't kill me. Try to marry me and kill me. Just kidding. But I do have life insurance plans. Why don't we have life insurance? Us as black people, us as immigrants, I just wish this would be the conversation, this is the conversation that we need to all have. How are we creating generational wealth? How? If you're not talking about this, and this is not what I want to talk about. This is what I want to talk about. And for all those other people in the groups and stuff like that, make it work for you. There's a lot of people in Clubhouse who are using Clubhouse for popularity, or not popularity, but late night things. I swear to God, if there's a group in Clubhouse that says anything about money, investing, 6 figures, how to turn, I'm in there. Click, 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 click. That's what I'm on in this day and age. Like I said, I'm 28, and I'm just now really starting to get into this groove. So 401ks, life insurance policies. Do you have one? Do you have something to retire? Do you have a benefactor on your life insurance? So according to them, and like I said, we're gonna do a lot of research on this. I'm just naming the bullet points, and from here, I'm gonna do my work. But basically she was saying, life insurance plans can be a debt cancellation. Where's my brain? Debt cancellation. Cool. Don't know anything about that. Wow. But I'm still going to look into it. You need an estate attorney. Also, you need an estate attorney, so you can make plans for your money. And then a lot of things they were talking about too is that once you reach a certain amount, correct me if I'm wrong, someone in the comments, once you reach a certain amount, or if you don't have anyone on it goes outside of your estate. So then it's no one in your family can get it. You know what I'm saying? I think I wrote that retarded. But you never know how bad an estate plan is until someone dies. And that's when you realize the little loopholes. Damn, I could have been covered here. I could have been covered there. So it's Stay on topic, Drina. You never know until someone dies. So me, I want to now, sit down with my mom. I want to talk about her estate plan. She needs an estate attorney. I don't think she has one either. When I talked about business, I also don't know if I should talk about this, but I do have ownership in the business I work for now. So it's like, they were asking me questions. How does COVID affect your business? Maybe you should hold off on retirement and you should focus on saving XYZ for a rainy day. And it was like things I'm thinking about, like, wow, okay, you're true. But granted, we have a location in Atlanta, Black House Atlanta, that hopefully COVID won't be affected because, in the South, they do everything their way. We're not closed. LA, we just went on to curfew starting tomorrow. Curfew 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. But in Atlanta, they're open. The bar is open at 6 a.m. They're drinking at 6 a.m. Hookah everywhere, no mask. You can go anywhere without a mask. It's crazy to say. And we want to open the restaurant. Money on the brain. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be safe. But anyway, I also learned in California, they were talking about marriage. It's, the marriage laws are different. Like, it's 50-50 states. So you want to make sure if you do get married in California, your estate details, go over the details. Granted, we want a long-lasting union, but just in case, you know what I'm saying? There were keywords I didn't even understand. What's transmute? I wrote that down. Go ahead, Drina, you need to go ahead and research that. They were talking about, I don't even want to say because you guys are going to laugh. I know what it means, but I'm pretty sure I wrote it down wrong. But conservatorship? I guess is that basically what happened with Britney Spears? The healthcare power of attorney. And sometimes people don't want to pay that $4,000 flat fee to financial advisors or XYZ, but it's really if you pay that in the upfront, you'll save about $20,000. They're saying don't get so discouraged by the upfront costs of these advisors, because in the long run you're going to lose out on money. And I agree. But then at the same time, they gave you gems to say that not everybody is for you. They're going to sell you things. They're going to try to make things best for their interests. So I wrote this down. Fiduciary, they're obligated to do business in your best interest. They won't sell you insurance policies that you're not going to need. They won't sell you things that won't work for you. It seems like they're just honest and genuine people. So got to look into one of them. Another thing, stop talking to attorneys who are not in your state, or a lot of people are doing fraud. So they were talking about that in the group basically too. Let's just say you trust someone blindly, like me. I'm a retard. I would go to someone and be like, hey, I am 100% giving you all of this info. Can you make sure that my taxes and this and that are 1,000% correct, and not look over it? Next thing you know, they commit fraud. Guess what? That fraud is also coming down on you. And it was really eye-opening, because some of the things I would do, because I'm ignorant to it, so I'm going to trust them, they're going to get over on you. Stop doing that. Us as Black people got to stop trusting that. We have to learn. We have to do research. And she was basically saying you're held liable for fraud. Betterments, financial advisors, they were talking about robo-advisors not really working. One of the advisors was telling me, oh, don't start... I keep dropping my phone. One of the investors was basically saying oh, you shouldn't start investing until you have about $250,000 play money. When she said that, I was instantly kind of discouraged a little bit, but then I was just that was her story. Everybody's story is different. I clearly don't have $250,000. One of the other girls was like, I made $500,000 in investing, and that's cool, and I look up to it 1,000%. I'm still not going to get discouraged, you know what I'm saying? I got me a little 1,000 to play around in and hopefully flip that, but a lot of my money is going back into investing into the business. So yeah, tax planning. I am going to look up an EA. I am going to look up my own personal CPA, because I want someone I can trust now moving forward. H&R Block, you never get another dime of my money. They were saying invest using your business. So my 2 LLCs, I'm going to look up how I can invest using my LLC. They were also talking about series that you can watch and go listen to. So one of the series that they mentioned was the Come Up series. And I definitely am going to go listen to it, because a lot of people just keep mentioning this series, the Come Up series. this doesn't even have to be something that you're 1000% like, I'm trying to be a financial advisor, I'm trying to be in taxes, I'm trying to be into stock. That might not be your thing, but investing and creating generational wealth should be your thing. And I want to talk without forcing my opinions down your throat, but you're not interested maybe because you don't have the knowledge. No one taught us this. Get interested in it. You would be so surprised, like, okay, I can keep some of my money. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all know about Trump just paid. I mean, of course, they have lots of business taxes and whatever, but still, they do smart things to keep their money. I want to be on that. The more money I make, I'm going to have to be smarter, you know, the same way. I'm going to have to be smarter with my money. So anyway, stay tuned. I'm going to play a few minutes of the clip. And basically, my friend Amber is so proud of her. We went to college together, her and Desmond. And I know she works out in San Fran. I know she's in Silicon Valley. I honestly don't even know exactly. I think she used to work for a bank when we first graduated out of college. But like, the moves that they're making are just so inspiring, and I love it. And then the fact that they are like reaching back, you know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. HBCU love, reach back, educate. So I'm gonna put that group into our bio, and then maybe for like the next 3 minutes, I'm just gonna play the clip. If you have any questions, let me know. I will definitely post her link. And thanks guys for tuning in. In my next video, I will definitely talk about it. I have Robinhood, so I'm going to spend this next week, and I'm just going to start buying a few stocks, investing. Also, I might come back on and let you guys know if I have a 401k, because what are we waiting on? All right, have a good night. As you can see, I'm in my pajamas. I'll talk to you guys soon.
You have what's called a SEP IRA, you have a solo 401k, and then you also have a simple IRA. Most people do either the solo 401k or the SEP IRA, but it just depends. So I will kind of leave that to you, put that little bug in your ear, do some research,
yes.
But I will let you talk about some kind of the more.
Thank you, Courtney.
Yeah, so definitely, as Courtney said, what I typically do at year end, I actually have like a year end tax assessment that I'm offering right now. And we look at your situation so that you can be prepared for your 2020 taxes. And so you're in a good situation where you have about 30 more days where you can get a retirement plan in place. So that's a strategy that we would look at. And you just want to make sure that you're capitalizing on all of your deductions. So basically, when it comes to deductions, without getting too deep into it, you want to think of necessary and reasonable for your business. So is it necessary and reasonable for you to run your business, for you to incur income in your business? Then if so, it's most likely a viable deduction that you can take in your business. And so you want to make sure that anything that you're paying for, if it goes to any one of your 11 businesses that you have, that you're able to track it so you can deduct it so that you can reduce your tax liability that way.
Thank you so much, ladies. It's very helpful.
Good question, and I'm proud of you, Drina.
Thank you. Thank you, girl.
Yeah, I think that's really important because, you know, as people are like, you know, having multiple businesses and like different sources of income, it gets kind of complicated, to your point, on like really how to, you know, manage that. And then also like preparing for retirement, you know, it's really important to kind of like set yourself up, because we're, you know, most of everybody here is young, you know, we're not thinking about like when we turn 65 or 70 or whatever, but we think like, oh yeah, we'll worry about it, or like, you know, we'll make enough money, I guess, so that we'll be good when we turn 65. You know, at least that's kind of sometimes has been my mindset. But, you know, just to be mature about it, we really need to be like planning and like making those arrangements, and also just, you know, just structuring our business, really. Like we have all these, you know, cash flows and money and businesses going around, but like, how do you really structure all the affairs that you have going on? And I think, you know, this could be a question for, you know, a T or Jayla, but just like, so a lot of people are like, Roth IRAs are tax-free. I'm like, well, kind of, sort of, like tax-free with an asterisk on top, because you have to kind of play by the IRS's rules to get the IRS benefits. So I share that with people all the time, so everybody kind of understands the universe. But yes, you can have a 401k and you can have an IRA. You can have Roth 401k inside the 401k. Like there's so many things to do, and that's why you have to have a sit down and have strategy. And then even on the estate side, I think it's super important. As you know, in estate, I'm actually a state attorney. I'm a tax attorney, but my specialty is estate planning. Like make sure that your beneficiaries are exactly what you need them to be, because a lot of people forget that these retirement accounts are actually non-probate assets, meaning they don't go through your estate. They go outside of the estate, and if there's nothing written down, then they end up going back into the estate, which is probably what most people don't want. So it's just a lot of sitting down and planning, and sitting down with a professional just to even do a consultation makes a world of difference. And I always tell people we don't know how bad or good an estate plan is until the person dies, and we can't.
I agree.
Yeah. So
I was just going to say, we touched on a lot of points, and I just want to level set just to make sure we're all kind of on the same page. But, with just planning out, I think the key here is just like you have to have a plan nonetheless, whether it's, depending upon how you structuring your business or how if you work for yourself and you have multiple businesses, you have to have a plan first and foremost. Second, you need to be, saving for your retirement and then understand those different retirement vehicles, whether it's 401k, Roth 401k, and or IRAs, things like that. And then like to Courtney and Jalay's point is like have like an estate attorney to kind of sit with and consult with to understand like what's going to happen, like, once you do pass along, and understand like what the plan is for your money. So like with that, I just want to kind of make sure, if anybody else has any questions, they can come up and ask a question. But I want to, we have a question real quick. But I think Kelly, you were going to make a point before I let Desmond ask a question.
Oh yeah, I was just going to talk about life insurance policies and how you have a benefactor within that. So it's just another strategy that you could have. I know my parents got me a life insurance policy when I was 1 month old, and I'm 29 now. Finally breaks even, but it's a great debt kind of cancellation for those if you're thinking about planning for the future, not having additional debt for those who would have that or carry that burden if you died or something like that. And I'm not sure if they have policies for businesses, but that might be something to look into as well.
Yeah, that's a good point, because I've been hearing mixed reviews on having life insurance policies. Being that I'm young, under 30, I can, get a life insurance policy for $1 million coverage policy for little as $50 a month or something like that. And kind of putting that into, into my financial strategy, because, if something were to happen, then whoever is my beneficiary will get paid $1 million, but it depends on when that expires, right? And then if it kind of rolls over. So I'm still kind of shaky on that subject, or if I should or should